It was supposed to be the perfect Sunday. The Johnson family backyard smelled of grilled ribs and freshly cut grass. Laughter echoed. Kids ran around with sticky fingers, and adults sipped cold drinks, soaking in the warmth of family. It was a kind of gathering that made people believe everything was just fine. But within 3 hours, one of them would be dead. And the killer? Still smiling, still flipping burgers, still right there among them. No one knew that under the surface of that perfect American barbecue, years of resentment, secrets, and betrayal were simmering to a boil. By the time the sun dipped below the horizon, blood would stain the lawn, and the truth would rip this picture-perfect family apart. The Johnsons were local royalty in suburban Ohio. Mark and Diane Johnson were the kind of couple neighbors envied. He was a high school principal. She ran a successful bakery downtown. Together they raised 3 children. Emma, 28, a nurse. Tyler, 25, a rising tech entrepreneur. And Lily, 19, a freshman in college. This barbecue was meant to celebrate Emma's engagement to her high school sweetheart, Jake. The whole extended family was invited. Cousins, aunts, uncles, and even Mark's estranged brother, Kevin, who hadn't been to a family event in over a decade. It was supposed to be a fresh start. Emma had begged her father to invite Uncle Kevin. "It's been long enough," she said. "Let's just be a real family again." What Emma didn't know was that Kevin hadn't just stayed away because of pride. There were old wounds, deep ones. Wounds involving stolen money, betrayal, and a falling out so explosive that Mark had once said, "If I ever see that man again, I don't know what I'll do." That Sunday started like a Hallmark movie. The grill was sizzling. Kids jumped into pool, and Emma beamed with joy showing off her ring. But something felt off. Neighbors would later say that Kevin looked tense, clutching his beer too tightly. Mark barely spoke to him, and Diane kept trying to smooth over awkward silences with overly cheerful chatter. At one point, Tyler and Kevin got into what looked like a heated conversation near the garage. When asked later, Tyler would say, "He just rubbed me the wrong way. Always has." But no one could have imagined that just before dessert was served, a blood-curdling scream would silence the music. Emma's fiancé, Jake, was found collapsed on the living room floor, blood pooling beneath him. He'd been stabbed twice in the chest. The knife still lay on the floor. Guests screamed. Kids cried. Someone called 911. But the most chilling detail? There was no sign of forced entry. No one had seen a stranger. The killer had to be someone already at the party. Police arrived quickly and locked down the house. One by one, they questioned the guests. Everyone was frantic, except one person, Kevin. He was calm, too calm. Naturally, suspicion fell on him first. The black sheep of the family, the outsider. But then something strange happened. The fingerprints on the knife weren't Kevin's. They belonged to Tyler. When confronted, Tyler broke. He confessed, but not to killing Jake, to something worse. "I hated him," he whispered. He was using Emma. He had 2 other girlfriends in different states. "I found out a week ago. Told him if he didn't leave her alone, I'd expose him. Tyler had confronted Jake that day, but he swore he didn't kill him. I threw him against the wall, but I didn't stab him." That's when police reviewed security footage from a neighbor's doorbell cam facing the side yard. What they found shattered everything. At exactly 5:42 p.m., a figure was seen sneaking around the house. Emma. Emma had discovered the truth about Jake days before. The other girlfriends, the lies, even a second hidden phone. She confronted him in private just before he died. According to messages recovered from Jake's phone, he had threatened to ruin her if she told anyone. He said he had videos, secrets, things that would destroy her reputation and career. In a rage, Emma had grabbed the knife from the kitchen drawer. "I just want him to shut up," she later said in her confession. "But once I did it, I couldn't stop." She walked back to the barbecue, wiped her hands, and smiled for a photo with her little sister. Emma had killed the man she was supposed to marry, then joined the family for cake. The case shocked the town. How could someone so kind, so put together, snap like that? Emma was sentenced to 18 years in prison for second-degree murder. At her sentencing, she said, "He tried to make me look perfect so no one would believe I was hurting. I wore the mask he gave me until I couldn't anymore. The Johnsons never hosted another barbecue. That backyard, once a place of celebration, remains empty, and the family, once perfect on the outside, still tries to pick up the pieces of what was shattered that day. Because sometimes the person you fear the least is the one you should fear the most.